Kong with more. Cherise, you've assured us that it's SMIC, but you can give us the full definition of the company's name here. What specifically are the authorities looking for here, and what might the restrictions look like?
Yes, Julia, I can confirm that the acronym is pronounced SMIC, but it does stand for Semiconductor Manufacturing International Corporation, or SMIC, which is China's largest chip maker, and shares in SMIC absolutely plunging in Hong Kong. Secondary shares in Shanghai also dropping today after reports that the Department of Defense is reportedly in talks with other U.S. agencies to add SMIC to the entity list. This is a U.S. trade blacklist. It's the same list that Huawei was added to, and that has really crippled Huawei's business, global business, over the last year or so. So what could this mean for SMIC? Investors certainly rattled by the possibilities here. But what it signals for sure is that the U.S.-China tech war continues to escalate, that the two countries are moving even closer to decoupling, because Washington is really striking at the heart of one of China's biggest global tech ambitions, which is to be self-sufficient in the semiconductor industry. Semiconductors are computer chips. They power everything from computers to smartphones to televisions to 5G networking equipment. And so if SMIC is added to this entity list, it would definitely deal a blow to China's ambitions to become self-sufficient in semiconductor manufacturing. And it could also give some of SMIC's rivals a leg up, the same way that has happened to Huawei's rivals, who've also seen a little bit of a boost after Huawei was added to the entity list, and its smartphone business and its 5G network business suffered, Julia.
Yeah, it's fascinating. Jeffries is saying here as much as 50% of SMIC's equipment comes from the United States, so it's the US that will determine their technological progress. But speaking of rivals here, very quickly, Samsung winning a $6.5 billion 5G Verizon deal. Talk us through this, because this is a clear distinction between rivals Samsung and Huawei here. One's gain is another's loss, or vice versa.
Yeah, absolutely. Samsung, of course, is a South Korean technology giant. South Korea is a longtime ally of the United States. The United States and the Trump administration would certainly want to see the United States' main carrier networks to be so-called clean networks and to carry chips that the Trump administration deems to be safe. So namely, those would be really just be coming from three companies. That would be Ericsson, Nokia, and of course Samsung. Now, Verizon already has some Samsung kit in its network already, so it makes sense for them to also upgrade some of that technology using Samsung kit as well for 5G. But this is a huge win for Samsung, and the combined news of getting this, I believe it was a $6.6 billion contract from Verizon, plus this reported sanction against SMIC, all lifting Samsung shares in Seoul. They closed up, I think, 1.6% today. And Samsung has already benefited as well against the technology sanctions against Huawei, because Samsung smartphones are also selling a little bit better in global markets where Huawei has fallen off. So, like you say, one company's misfortunes definitely could be the fortune for another company, especially if that company is based in a country that is considered to be a U.S. ally.
Yes, I was going to say, not just companies, countries too. Cherise Pham in Hong Kong there for us. Great work. Thank you so much for that. Now, just